heart's going 100 mile an hour. I'm going to get this in. Welcome to a new series in conjunction with CC Moore, where I take you through the 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter and spring, where I show you all my tactics, my glugs, my bait, how I apply it, how I use it to catch you more fish. And we're at the height of summer now. We're at the Metz Lake in the Colne Valley. I'm going to see how I approach that the summertime. First things first, no matter what time of the year it is, it's fish location. If you're not finding fish and you're not on fish, you're just not going to catch them, are you? It puts everything in your favour if you can find fish. So as it's summertime, I'm going to don my Polaroids and I'm going to go and try and find some fish. I've never been to the Metz Lake before, and looking at it, it is rather weedy. It's a proper old Colne Valley pit where it's choked with weed. There's these little spots, little channels where the fish have been using. But one thing I've found on lakes like this that are a dating it lake that gets busy is don't ignore the corners. Don't ignore the margins as well, because everyone's casting out, trying to cast as far as possible, and then fish know where your lines are. So first little tip, don't ignore little corners like this that don't get fished, and don't ignore the margins. Okay, right, been up the tree, seen probably about a dozen fish milling around in and out of the weed. I've seen a couple of spots where I could present a bait, probably only 2 rods rather than my normal 3, just because it's so tight and there's not a lot of areas to go at out there. So I'm going to go and get my gear. See you back here in a minute. Okay, so gears round here, set up my umbrella, bank 6 are in, we found some fish. First thing I always do is cast out a bare leg, no rig on it, just a bare leg to find those cleaner spots within that weed. A few casts and a minimum amount of casts, so I don't want to disturb the fish that are there. I should be able to clip up, so I'm always using braid anyway. On my reels, we should be able to find a couple of spots so we can fish in tonight. Right, I found me 2 spots. Found one which is really clean, nice little bit of gravel. When you pull the rod back, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to fish a wafter on that one on one of my little D rigs, and we're going to match the hatch with that and feed around it with exactly the same type of boil as triple X. Left hand spot, it's a little bit more choddy, weedy, so I'm going to fish a hinge stiffy on that. It's still clean, but it's not as clean as the gravel spot. And on that one, we're going to fish a nice bright Northern Special +1, hold it up. So if I need to leave it out there all night and all the next day, it's going to sit up there proud. That's the one. Okay, so the rod's all out. Right hand rod's got a bottom bay wafter on it, left hand rod's got a pop up on it. And I'm going to feed differently to the two areas, which may surprise you. Left hand rod, I'm just going to put boilies on top of that, they've been glugged up, put them out there. And my right hand rod, I'm going to put a little bit of a mix on. This is a bottom bait on a few different size baits, 15s, 18s, some chops, some maize, hemp. Get that all together and put that 2 or 3 spots, not loads, on top of that right hand area to get them grubbing about. So how do I go about creating that sort of mix? The base of everything is the hemp and the maize. That's standard for my sort of fishing in some months. What we need to do now is mix the 3 different sizes of Triple X and mix our liquids in there. And I normally do this 24 hours before I go fishing, so it gives it a chance all liquids to soak into the baits, and for the greenlet mussel, which I put over the top of it, to soak in as well. Give it a little sort of a crust, gives it, makes it a bit funky when it goes out there. It's not just straight out the bag. So let's have a look how I do that. Okay, right, first part of the mix is to put the boilies in. 18 mils, 15 mils and dumbbells. So I'll stick those in of the Triple X, which is my chosen summer bait. Put some 18s in first. Some 15s in. Put some dumbbell in as well. Now also to mix it up, what I like to do is put some chopped in. So not only have we got different size baits, we've got different textures, different sizes, letting out all that goodness. So we'll stick a few of those in. Not too many, don't need to go crazy. I'm not making up loads and loads of bait. I'm just going to put 2 or 3 spots over the top. So just do those, put those through, stick a few of those in like that. Lovely. Don't need to go mad. Next thing we want to do is make up our glug. Now you can use any liquids you like. Personally, what I like to use in some months is an oil, pure salmon oil. You can always tell how good a salmon oil is by how clear it is. Also, Feed Stim XP, which is a nice meaty type of liquid. Mix those two together in one bottle, activate it, and then put those on top and leave them for 24 hours. Put your GLM on afterwards, and then you're good to go to add to your hemp and maize. Any liquids that you've got left over, what you can do is you can prep up your match the hatch hook baits. So the Triple X pop-ups, what I will do is I will use that to match up, to prep them all, just like that. What you're doing is you're matching the hatch. You're using what you're sticking out there on the hook bait. Once we're out, we've baited the area and the evening is drawing in. It's been a really hot day, but it's still a really good time to see where them fish are moving about and fizzing and bubbling. It's all in the hands of the carp gods now, but if nothing happens during the night, I shall be up early morning when it's as just as good a time as the evening to see where the fish are moving and fizzing and bubbling, and hopefully we'll have one to show you. Would you believe it's early afternoon on the second day and it has not stopped raining for the last 12 hours since we last spoke. Unfortunately, I lost a fish in the night, and now, well, it just seems like there's no fish around because all the temperatures have cooled down. It's quite a shallow area. So we went for a walk earlier on and we found some fish. We've loaded all the gear on a barra and we're off to go and see if we can catch one from another swim. Okay, right, we arrived in the new swim, and it's a rather carpy looking swim, I might say so myself. We've seen quite a few fish showing out off the corner of the swim out there, just where those reeds are. We've got lovely bushes and marginal area down to the right, weed, bars. It really is a lovely looking swim, and we've seen fish there. So whenever I move swim on a 48-hour session or 72-hour session, I treat the next 24 hours as if I just arrived. So I'm going to go into it lightly, ping out a couple of light leads, try and find some areas to present a bait, and then not put any bait in. I'll fish singles until later on this evening, and then I'll decide on what I see, or if I catch one, whether I'm going to put any bait out there and settle in for the evening and see where we go from there. We go. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Hopefully I'll be able to get it in. It's weeded me at the moment. It's just in the tree a minute ago. God, my heart's going 100 mile an hour. Look at the fizzing coming up out there. We're stuck in the weed bed. Just got to keep applying pressure. Hopefully it'll come. Can't lose another one for God. Just keeping the pressure on. Hopefully it'll come through the weed bed. Look at that weed coming in. That's like a weed bed on its own. Look at that. I hope it's still on. Oh my God. I'm going to get this in. I think I've got a net big enough for it. There's fingers crossed. Got something in there. Oh. I'm going to have to. Oh. Oh yes, it's in. Yes, it's in there. It's in there. It's in there. Look at that. Would you believe it? Look how much weed. Oh God. Oh, I hope it's in there. I'm sure I see one. Little mirror. Well, that was frantic. In the tree, in the weed, underneath the rod tip, pushing it back. I didn't even know if it was in the net or not. Big bunch of weed. I'm actually exhausted. I'm on cloud 9, and what a way to start the series. We've finally, after all the hard work, we've actually got one to show you. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. Here she is. What a little cracker this is. Taking on a triple X wafter, pinged over the far margin, 6 or 7 freebies round it, and yeah, not the biggest fish in the world, but well deserved. The amount of effort we've put in over the last couple of days. Whew, absolutely, yeah, I'm absolutely made up. I'm absolutely made up, especially after we lost one last night. Let's get her back and hopefully we'll catch another one. Okay, right, we've got some normality back in the swim. I'll ping that rod back out. Again, I've only put 6 or 7 baits out there. It just shows you, you've got to be able to move. Don't be afraid to look in little bays. If you're not catching or the fish have disappeared out of your area, you know, get up, move on them fish. It only took us about 45 minutes. You know, it's really important any time of year. Everything's out, we're all done. I'm gonna get the kettle on, make myself some dinner, relax, enjoy the evening, and hopefully by the morning we'll have another one to show you. Well, we've come to the end of the session. I'm just having my final cup of tea before we have to wrap up and get on the road. It's been a challenging session, torrential rain, losing that fish and the weed to have to combat, but we've managed to put one on the bank. And I'm looking forward to our next session in the autumn, and I'll see you then.